Aren't we ducks? How are we all doing? Good to see everybody. So lovely to see everyone in the chat. I've got a halo, not around me, but around the screen. That's new, like a pinky purple, and it's showing up on the iPad as well. I don't know what's happened there. It must be a new upgrade. Anyway, let's pop open the comments on here so I can see everybody. Now they only appear once it's gone live, so I'll go to my iPad because that will have everybody. So the first one in was Luna Lit. Hello, nice to see you. And then Magus is here. Hello, Magus, and lovely kind words as always. And thank you for that. I really appreciate you and your kindness. The Fireside chat room, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. And Marilyn's Tarot Take. Fifi Faye, hello. Nine Worlds Tarot, hello. Abigail and the lovely Lily Rose. Our Sandra's here. Hi, Sandra. And Sliding Doors. Saskia. David. Hello, David. Oh, it doesn't have live chat where you can type, so he's going to be watching on another device. And Caroline's here. It's lovely to see you. It's been a while, Caroline. I was thinking about you the other day. Hope you're keeping well. Have you been on travels or? And who else do we have? Let's see. Cheryl's here. Hi, Cheryl. Oh God, there's a warm glow, isn't there? I think something's happened with like the saturation and then this new border. Maybe it's a new setting. Yeah, so Cheryl, how you doing? Tina, hello Tina. And Thace, and Elspeth, and Kate, Meadow, Nadine, Tarot E Oracle, and Lely Lou. We have Will, hello Will. And Ella, hello Ella. Forever Where After. Mulsa or Mulsu. I Phillips. Moomin, hello. You notice that I call everybody by their their channel name. I just never know how comfortable people are with me using their first name. So Tammy Pie, hello. Key Features, hello. Kathy D. Monson, hello. And Dawn's here. Tarot Trouble, hello. And Lexi Fraish. Rib, hello. And Roman's here. And Bonnie. And Alan. And Robin. And Indigo. And Jay and Rachel. Lovely crowd, 71 people already. Do you know, I went to set up the Cuppa Catchment cards this afternoon, and you have to go into, because I was doing everything in one studio, much to my dismay when it all went wrong when I tried to share everything with Chris for our first throwback that we did on EV Mux. And I went into Cuppa Catchment cards, and the last CC&C I did was February. We're now in April. And I think that's because there's been a spotlight. There's been a couple of trips I've been on. There was one that I didn't do, but I did a premiere. I can't remember why I didn't do it now. I think it was, did I have backache? It might have been when I had backache and I didn't think I could sit for a long period of time. So I scheduled a premiere instead. So yeah, end of February was the last Cuppa Catch Up in Cards, which feels like a very long time ago. I feel out of practice, so be gentle with me. But yeah, I was going to, I started to write some notes around Ostara, because I was very mindful that when we got to September, October of last year, I dedicated, I think it actually went over 2 Cuppa catch-up and cards, because I didn't get a chance to get through everything that I wanted to say. But how we prepare for the dark half of the year as autumn was coming. And we talked about, you know, the importance of quiet time, going inwards, a lot of kind of reflection, hibernation, and we talked about, you know, how we mirror nature by, you know, animals hibernate and the trees go bare and things start to decay and die. But then as we go through that period of rest and rejuvenation, we come out the other side. And so tonight, in the main, I wanted to talk about the light half of the year and how that affects us, what we do to prepare for the light half of the year, a little bit about our spiritual practices. I've just realized as well that I've not, let's grab, if I can, I've not pulled the cards that I wanted to talk about as well. What is it? Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. So yeah, so I wanted us to talk about that, and also make it really interactive. So have your thoughts as well. Sandra says she loves spring. It's her favourite season. Yeah, I always, when I get to spring, I always say, oh, spring's my favourite season. But then when it comes to October and the crunchy leaves underfoot, the orange autumnal colours, the air going a bit cooler, I always think, oh, autumn is my favourite season. And so it's definitely, I think it's probably on a par. Spring and autumn are the ones I prefer. I don't particularly enjoy winter. I certainly don't enjoy January and February. I can't wait to get through them. But yeah, now I'm here. Although, having said that, talking about, I don't know if you can hear, there is a storm brewing outside, and the wind is whistling around the building, and every so often we get these gusts of winds that are really kind of battering at the windows. I don't know if you'll hear it or not, but what did Moran say? Full of colours, not too warm, not too cold. Yeah, Marilyn's the same. Spring and fall for me. Yeah, I love how you guys call autumn fall. Well, it does. Leaves fall. That sounded like a cat. This isn't half as bad as it was like an hour ago. About an hour ago, it was. Having said that, yeah, about an hour ago, I was like, oh gosh, what shall I do? Should I go live? Will it be too distracting? Then I remembered that I've not done a Cuppa catch-up card since the end of February, so I thought, yeah, I bet I had. It sounds like a cat complaining. Sue says definitely autumn for me. Yeah. So I put some prompts together, and which I'll put up on the screen, and I will get my notes as well, because I've been making notes most of the day, thinking about things and prepping for this. So I should make sure that I've got them to go. So yeah, so just thinking about now that we've come out of the dark half of the year, and we've had that period of stillness and rest, and we've spent time journeying inwards, listening to that inner voice of ours. We're now emerging and going into the lighter half of the year, and it reminds us, doesn't it, that excuse me, nature just doesn't stand still. It's always following the wheel of the year, you know, the cycle of life, of birth and decay and death and rebirth, etc. So, and I talked about as trees started to lose their leaves, you know, that's a kind of an indication towards of that decay and, oh, it's putting thumbs up, that decay and decline and death. Hello, Chris, nice to see you. So now trees are beginning to regain their leaves, and we are turning outward once more. Animals are emerging from hibernation and re-engaging with the world, and spiritually, I suppose nature asks the same of us. So it's at this time of the year, and I know there's many of us in the community who do journaling as well, who think about what sort of insights and lessons we've perhaps learnt, or any sort of personal, very often quiet transformations that we might have gone through, that we now feel is ready to be expressed. Is it too off-putting? I mean, it seems ironic, really, that I'm sitting here talking about spring and sunshine, and then all you can hear is this raging storm outside. Yes, I'm seeing. Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning. I don't know where it's come from, and there seems to be a warmer glow as well, more so than usual. But cats in a sack fighting, not at all off-putting. Good. It might even make it a little bit cozier, won't it? So yeah. So this shift takes us really from a more gentle kind of state of being, from reflection now into action. So first prompt for us to look at: April showers bring May flowers. Yeah. My mum always used to say one as well. She used to talk about April showers, but she also used to say, never cast a cloud until May is out. And all my life, until I was about 40, I thought she was always saying, never cast a cloud till May is out, because I'd never heard of the word clout. But basically, never cast a clout till May is out is an old saying of your clouts, like your undergarments, and never cast them, don't put them out on the line to dry until May's out. Never cast a clout until May's out, because May also can be quite rainy. But I think in recent years, we've had some of the nicest and warmest weather in May. May and June seems to be what, when I was growing up, what July and August used to be. And the, I mean, Sandra will know, when we went to the seaside, gosh, what was that now? 5 years ago? How blistering hot it was in the May bank holiday week. I got terrible sunburn because we got caught having to walk along the beach to get back to our little town, our little village, and that was blistering hot. So the red light is the flickering candle. Yeah, that's kind of behind me, but I don't think that's causing the glow. It may be a little bit, it could be the lights, but I normally have them on anyway. But this is my little if you saw the video last week, I showed this, but I didn't have any batteries for it then, and it's just for my little witch's fire. put her there. I think it's a lovely little glow. I never put my undergarment out on the line. That's strictly private and confidential. Tumble dryer or clothes horse for them. You're somebody else who calls them clothes horses. Somebody took the mickey out of me. Only this week at work, they said, how do you dry your clothes? Being, you know, in the penthouse. And I said, on a clothes horse. And they was in hysterics. It was like, on a clothes horse. And I was like, yeah. And they was like, are you on about an era? I said, yeah. And I don't know. I mean, you're young, so it's not an age thing. I thought they were just, you know, never heard of it. But last year in Whitby was lovely weather in May, Simon. Yeah, that's what I mean. May just seems to be really, really decent. But my mum always used to say, never cast a cloud till May is out. Has anybody else heard that saying? It's not spring for me until I see the dandelions. I say clothes horse as well, yeah. We call them clothes horse. Definitely clothes horse. Yeah, well this, I mean, the person that was laughing kind of found it really funny, but I just thought, oh, it must be a word that's like outdated now. Because they were saying they're called eras. I was like, okay. Or clothes dryer. See, a dryer for me is like a plug-in dryer, like a tumble dryer. Yes, my nana used to say that too. Never cast a cloud till May is out. What's everybody drinking? You've got what? Malibu and pineapple, you lush. I've got a big mug of tea. I've drank half of it. Nice big warm mug of tea. Never cast a doubt, not heard of clout. Yeah, no, never cast a clout till May is out. Oh, look at that. Just because my hand is in that position. You can have hours of fun with these things, can't you? And I think there's one like that as well, the double one that you can do for fireworks. I don't know. Earl Grey tea. I need to put an order in with the butler. Yeah, get him working. Drying rack. Ain't a clout a thump. Yeah, it can be. Give somebody a good clout. But it's also an undergarment. Anyway, let's crack on. So,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Do you know, I might have to unplug, because he's been doing that like more and more. Did it this morning to me, and I was talking to myself. That's a bad side of it. But I was talking to myself and it started answering me, and I was like, I've not even asked you anything, and I'm like having a go at it. Hazelnut coffee. That sounds nice. Watermelon juice with aloe vera. A small Harvey's, very nice. I do like a nice sherry. Tammy Pie's just starting her coffee. Still mourning where Lexi is. Okay, question number one then for us to answer is, how does the shift from winter stillness into spring's activity affect you spiritually? How does that shift? I guess while you're kind of putting your answers, and let me get the questions back up, I'll also keep looking at the iPad at the side of me for responses. I guess after the winter where we've had that period of introspection and hunkering down. I mean, I love winter being home. I love, lighting candles and incense and putting soft lighting on, snuggling down under my plug-in blanket, getting cozy. And I like the quietness and solitude. So I suppose the shift for me is coming out of that and that gentle reawakening, which I think can be gradual. I mean, we just put our clocks forward last week. And as you know, I go walking really early in the mornings on the weekend. We did it this morning, and we're seeing the the sunrises again, because we've gone forward an hour. So really, we're able to see things, and it's really nice. It's that change, and we're like, oh, daylight, because really it's 7 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. as in this time last week. It feels like a jack in the box for me, says Lexi. The readiness and tension is there. We need to get outside without putting a pile of wraps. What? We need to go outside without putting on a pile of wraps. Lovely to see you, by the way, Marita. It's lovely to see you. Are you back home? It's great to have you with us. We've been thinking about you. I often lose interest in tarot in spring, summer. I need cooler, dark days to be reflective. That's something that I was going to mention a bit later on as well, but I'll mention that now, because I agree to a degree. I won't say I lose interest, but I do find it more challenging, particularly in the evenings. When it's light till 10 o'clock at night, because I don't like candles very much in the spring and summer months. Late spring, I'm lighting candles at the moment, but it's still daylight at the moment, but it's getting dusk now. But when you're in May, June, July, August time, although it starts drawing in a lot in August, it doesn't give the same vibe, the same energy. On one hand, I'm more motivated, but on the other, all the roads all the road works come out and give me the rage, which feels a little bit less spiritual. Sandra loves getting out in nature with the lovely fresh green of the leaves coming. Yeah, I like that as well. There is that sort of natural pull, isn't there, to engage with nature as well, because it becomes so inviting, seeing the buds and the flowers and the green coming back, and particularly in the spring when everything feels quite fresh, and everything looks bright. Have you noticed in spring when you go out and you have, like, we had a couple of days this week where it was really sunny and warm, and we just went for a quick walk at lunchtime around the churchyard across from where I work, and I just put my face up like this towards the sun to feel the rays on it, which is the first time I felt that for 6 months, isn't it? And there is that pull, I think, to get out when the spring happens. Simon made me do it today. I brought the blue tarot. Oh, you're not going to regret that, Adam. What a stunning deck. Absolutely beautiful. I love the lighter evenings. It's like when I leave off work. Seems like a longer evening. Gives me more energy. Seeing everything waking up and coming to life energizes me, and ideas and creativity come with spring. Yeah. Yeah, and I think what the dark half of the year has taught me as well is to appreciate more nature, because a lot of nature, while still beautiful in autumn and winter, all the seasons are lovely. And I've said a myriad of times, I'm glad I live in a country where we do, in the main, have 4 seasons. I know sometimes one kind of encroaches on the other, but I do appreciate, having the 4 seasons. When I interviewed Jack Brutus And he was saying in Japan, they don't tend to have 4 seasons, and they find it fascinating that we do. So, question 2, let's pop that one up. What parts of yourself feel like they are waking up again after winter? And no smut, Chris. I could just see you sitting there itching to type something out. I think I feel rejuvenated. I have an interest in doing things. So, I mean, I'm not a creative person in an artistic sense. So, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say my creativity. But I think we all have elements of creativity. And I've been trying to do kind of not reinvest, but certainly do more things with my channel. So, you know, introducing the new series that I do every Sunday, the Hermit Shelf, as a way to kind of engage and interact. That's why I set them as premieres. Chris and I brought back Throwback Thursday. So I'm trying to put various content out, because the struggle is real, and I'm not going to complain about it. But I was saying to Chris the other day, I've still got these decks to show, and I've got these decks to show from Wiser still. I had a lovely gift from David. I haven't opened it yet. I've got that to show. I have a deck from the Ukraine to show. I have decks that I've purchased to show. And I could, at the moment, just do a video every day of unboxings, but I don't want to do that. I want to have interaction like this. I want to do a series. You know, I enjoy doing Spotlight, enjoy doing Throwback, enjoy doing the Hermit Shelf. So in terms of creativity, and also in my professional life, you know, I've taken on a lot more responsibility over the winter months, and I've been doing some new learning, which has been really important. So for me, there's an eagerness and a readiness to connect more, both with others, but also in my practice. That is going to get really annoying. Yeah, and I think when you do have 6 months of going within and enjoying your own quiet time, you do come out of that into the spring and the lighter half of the year wanting to connect more, both with the environment and with those around you. I'm having a great time with Throwback. Oh, that's lovely. Fairy deck is brilliant, Simon. You'll love it. It's quite, yeah, I love the art of it. And I'd ordered it, and they refunded me. So, because David had emailed me and said, have you ever seen this deck? It's had various names. And I was like, I have not, but I saw the artwork and I was like, the artwork is incredible. Again, it reminds me of the old 70s kind of fairy tale books, illustrations. And then he said, well, it was quite hard to get and he had trouble with it. And I said, oh, I've got it. It's on its way. And then he emailed him and said, oh, they've refunded me. So obviously, and then he sent me a copy, which was really, really nice of him. Oh, wow. Nick's has done. I just started Couched 5K for about the 6th time. I think mine goes the other way. I think mine goes 5K to couch or couch to armchair. Simon made me do it. The Witcher's Wisdom Tarot this week. I'm absolutely loving this deck now. Oh, wow. It's a great deck. I can't believe I bought the 2nd edition though, thinking it was going to be different. It was exactly the same. They just changed the packaging. Ella says, parts of me that wake up on my social side, yeah, wanting to go out with social gatherings and also working with seeds and plants. Sandra's doing videos. The part of that awakens me is the anxious part of me that goes away in the winter months, but in the summer months where I live, it is very noisy, crowded, and just not conducive to peace, and makes me feel extremely, I'm going to say anxious. Is that, do you live in like a touristy area then? Coming into spring is around when tutoring sessions end, so I get more chill time, which is nice. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, prompt 3 or question 3 to ask is, what practices help you reconnect with nature as the world begins to bloom? Simple answer for me on that one, really. It's getting out there, just getting out there more. I mean, the walks that I do with my friend, we do all year round. We're not fair weathered. You know, we've walked in rain, we've walked in snow and ice, we've walked in blistering heat, and we make ourselves go. Unless it is absolutely torrential pouring down with rain, then we're not going to do that. But rain generally doesn't stop play. And we do that, and I find that's quite important to walk through the year and see all the cycles. You know, we even walk in the pitch black in the middle of winter. But spending more time outside, even just noticing the small changes, like I said at work this week, or should we just go for a walk? It looks so nice and sunny. And I guess I haven't done it as much. I mean, I do work, I wouldn't say I work with seasonal decks, but I've noticed that over the dark half of the year, and you'll notice this on my walkthroughs, I've been very drawn to very darker themed decks. I've really enjoyed them. And I'm more mindful now that to perhaps leave them for a bit and move into more, now I'm not... I'm not your rainbows and unicorns type of person. I don't mind them, they have a place, but I do like balance, but perhaps less darker deck. So, you know, as I mentioned, the blue tarot is just beautiful. That feels like a very light and airy deck. So, you know, decks like that, I'm really drawn to be working with. And I'm going to be using Marco's Soprafino, and the colours in this are just glorious. It's not a dark deck at all. They're vibrant and elegant and luxurious. So I suppose as well, I suppose noticing things, being more aware of things. Because I think whilst we are, and when I say aware of things and noticing things, just the magic in the mundane that I often talk about. A classic example, please don't send anyone to give me a welfare check or anything, will you? But I was driving this morning, and it was about 5:20 a.m, between 5:20 and 5:30 a.m. It was still quite dark, but I could see in the sky in the distance getting lighter as day was breaking. And as I was driving out of the city, I noticed, it was almost like I noticed them for the first time. Traffic lights. Have you ever, and it's going to be people in the UK, I think, the green of a traffic light is beautiful. And it was like I was coming towards it, because obviously not stopping because it's green, you can go. I was coming towards it, and my first thought was, wow, did I ever notice how beautiful that green light is? It's just the most beautiful green. And then as I came to the next one, I was just struck by how vivid and beautiful. And I was like, how I got to my time of life and not been aware of my surroundings or paid much attention, because we go through the motions, don't we? When I drive to work, I go through the motions. I drove home the other day and I can't even remember the journey. I was like, I don't even remember anything about that journey home. But I think there's more of awareness in when we come out of hibernation as well. Let's see your comments. Witch's Wisdom is amazing. Just received Dark Moon Oracle deck just now. Why not? You know, we get Dark Moons all the way through the year. Is Marsha here? Sure. So, Marsha, hello. How are you? Are you more settled? I know things are difficult for you, but are you settled at the moment? Can't wait to get the new Avondo Andatea 3 from Marco. Oh, his spring collection. I've got them right next to me. They are incredible, Marsha. You wait to get these in your hands. The colours in these decks are amazing. The camera doesn't do it justice. You just wait. Let's have a look. Adam says, I totally hibernate in winter. I don't like the cold, and there isn't even that much cold in Barcelona either. My friend is coming to Barcelona this coming week for 3 days. Just thought I'd mention that. I was like, I've never been. And she's flying from here, from Nottingham, and I was like, wow. Airbnb. Patiently waiting for my Dark Reflections and Baroque decks. Dark Reflections, thanks to Simon. Oh, it's an amazing deck. You will love it. Working Easy Christian 3. Foraging and cooking. Wow. Going into nature for sure, but also changing up my old space and putting fresh flowers there where I can. Have you got your daffodils out at the moment? I've got mine on my sacred space. What practices help me to connect with nature? I tend to go into the parks, forest areas more. I'll walk along the beach by house at night when it's warmer. Hug a tree. Taking care of flowers and plants. I love tree hugs. So Sandra. Your next deck live is Druidcraft, ideal for nature. Yes, it's true. That's next month's deck. So I want to get that Marco Benedetti Soprafino deck. Beautiful, really beautiful. Trying to catch up. I was so far behind, I didn't realise. Let's see if there's any capitals or tags. Simon, what's happening to you? Or is that about the traffic lights? Seriously though, if you're in the UK, and it'll probably be if you're driving at night because they glow more, but just have a look at a green traffic light and just look at it as if you're looking at it for the first time and notice the colour. It's absolutely insane. Simon, I see traffic lights of green, red, roses too. What a wonderful world. Do Marco Benedetti's go out of print a lot? Yes, they do. Yeah, he only does, I think, 50 of each deck. But if you follow him on Facebook, he lists them and he updates the list and he pins it to the top and he tells you what he's got and what he hasn't, what's sold out. Come over to Barcelona, Simon, I'll show you around. I might, Adam, I might. Probably next year, but yeah, it just sounded so easy. And actually, you know, she was saying that it was just as affordable for her to do that as it was to go to the coast here. So I finally got the new choice tarot de Marseille. Okay, so next, just thinking about energy and balance, because we've just had, I say just, it's probably 2 weeks ago now, we've just had the spring equinox where day and night are equal, hence equinox, equal. You could always come to Rome next week. Yeah. Wow, can you imagine? That would be great. See what Marco's got left in his collection. What you got, Marco? Yeah, so thinking of that, because again, I was going to do this chat a couple of weeks ago when it was the equinox. So let's think a little bit about balance now. So we'll go to question 4. What does balance mean in your spiritual practice right now? What does balance mean in your spiritual practice right now? Does Marco Benedetti have a physical store? No, just online. I loved Rome, want to return. I'll be in Rome next week. Wow. That's why, yeah, that would have been cool to meet up. We almost met up, didn't we, in Glastonbury, Masha? And then COVID happened. I think for me, balance, gosh, can you hear that? Balance means honouring both my inner world and my outer world, the inner landscape. Everybody's talking about Rome now. I've always wanted to go to Rome. Yes, COVID happened, I know. And not rushing out of that reflective period too quickly, you know. So it's not like we just, okay, these are the practices that I did during the dark half of the year, now I'm going to move to this. I think it's a gradual thing, and then we get that balance. So it's about, for me, it is about moving forward, but also staying really grounded. Balance between reflection and action. Yeah. Balance tarot in each hand. Yeah. Balance. I had to get 2. Adam says, balance in my spiritual practice would not be overdoing it. Remembering to say no to things, taking and appreciating my personal space. That's a really good point. Yeah. Being more discerning about the things that we take on, things that we agree to do, and not rushing again to do the things that perhaps wouldn't serve us longer term. Balance. Oops, that jumped really quick. Balancing is absence of struggle or hankering, while my physical and spiritual being are feeling like I need nothing more. Balancing purchasing. I need to use the decks I have and take a break from buying new ones. It's just so hard, isn't it, when you see a new one? I almost did it today, and I was like, no, I'm overwhelmed with decks. But I saw that Marilyn from Tarot Clarity had just got Giordano Berti's Sicilian Tarot, and it looks amazing. And I've got Nova Mundi's NPC one, and she did a great job with that, you know, restoring the missing minors. And then I saw Giordano's, I was like, oh my God, that's stunning. And it wasn't that expensive, but I was like, stop yourself. Balance. Work with the ones you've got. I mean, and everything else that I'm working with this month. you know, these beauties. So tonight's reading, anyway, it's because I worry if something's independent that they're going to go, because I've done that before and not got it because of times like this, and then it's gone. And then I'm like, why didn't I just get it? I didn't have to use it right away. Could have waited. But anyway, my pick in my profile is from the famous bridge between Rome and the Vatican, the angel that carries the dice. Oh, cool. Cool. You can see it's an angel now. Staying grounded is so important to me and my air mind. Indigo says, balance, reading all of the spiritual books I bought and not buying more. Yeah. And I'm using this time off to recalibrate, and I've deliberately not put a load of plans in because I'm off, because then I go back to work sometimes feeling just as exhausted as when I broke up. Like tomorrow, I don't need to set an alarm. Yesterday, I slept for nearly 11 hours, which is quite usual when I finish work and I just go to bed. I'm not setting an alarm. But it doesn't happen very often. Normally, I get between 5 and 6 hours a night. But sleep for nearly double that. I just listened to my body and woke up when I woke up. And it was a solid sleep as well, which, you know, it's so difficult not to purchase, but I've stopped at the moment. Yeah. Are you going to get Daniel Martin Dias Marseille when Cheryl gets it in, Simon? Yes. Cheryl's mentioned that I think he's sending some for Spotlight. I don't want to misquote Cheryl though, but I'm sure that's what she said. You did say you're not responsible for my bank balance when I say Simon made me do it, hee, but I love them all. So maybe look but not buy. Yeah. Or have a list. Pop it into a list and then go back to it 2 weeks later. Because I've gone back to that and I think, yeah, do I really want it? And I'll delete it. So sometimes it's not about being impulsive. It's about giving it time. Because if you're anything like me, I see something, I'll watch walkthroughs. Like you watch my walkthroughs and you're like, oh, you've made me buy this. I watch walkthroughs and I'm like Marilyn's today for Giordano's deck. I was like, I really, really want it. And it's in Europe, like Marco's, so it shouldn't take long. But anyway, I didn't. I'm going to sit on it a bit. Yes, exactly, Masha. It is beautiful. Have you watched Marilyn's video? No more FOMO for balance. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the next question, which is question 5. Where might you need to bring things back into harmony? Okay, so we've talked about balance. Maybe we've already answered a lot of this, but I've put probably between doing and being, giving myself permission to create and engage, but also making space for rest and quiet without guilt. Guilt is something that still plagues me. Same as worry. Worry plagues me, but I've done a lot of work with that and I can kind of rationalize things more. But guilt. So for instance, and it's guilt I put on myself, you know, so I've got decks from Spotlight that I've not done a walkthrough yet, and I feel guilty. I got a deck, I've had this over a week, and I've not shown it yet. I feel guilty because people are sending it to me. And yeah, so as much as, and the reason why I put that, I enjoy creating content. I enjoy connecting with you guys like I'm doing here. I'm enjoying the Hermit Shelf series. But I feel guilty if I go on my adventures because there's no live, and I think, oh, and then I get home and I think, I haven't done the card pull. I feel guilty. But I feel guilty when people send things and I've not got round to showing it yet. I do get round to it, but yeah, it's difficult. But I also, that harmony, bringing things back into harmony, I also realise that I have to make time for rest and quiet and downtime and not feel guilty for that, because otherwise I am somebody who burns out, physically burns out, but also I don't know if anybody saw the video I did the other day where it was the weirdest sensation, and I just had to say on the video, right, I'm gonna have to go because my brain is just not functioning. I was coming out with gibberish. I cut out that many, you probably saw all the clips, but I cut out that much stuff because I wasn't making any sense. So, that's how it is. Oh, hello, Anne. It's lovely to see you. How have you been? I love the Fenwood Asira. I think I've missed quite a few comments. But you can't shuffle a wish list or play with its fancy card stock or divine with it. You're terrible, Mario. Yes, guilt is something that is a thing for me. Like people say I should do self-care and rest when I'm not with my mum, but then I feel guilty just sitting and reading. Yeah, but we've got to have that balance, haven't we? I need to try and be more structured. It's hard for me. Let me scroll down. Decluttering. Yeah, well, I've ordered 10 big storage boxes and the masking tapes come today, and tomorrow I'm going to start decluttering books and decks and put them up for WeBuyAnyBooks.com. I'm fucking delightful. Making great videos is hard. Yeah, it can be. Okay, next one, which I think was that, did I just do 5? Yeah, so number 6. How can tarot help you identify where energy feels out of alignment? It's getting stronger, isn't it? Can you hear it? Oh my gosh. So, shall I start shouting? As I've said before, and you've heard me say it 1,000 times, for me, tarot acts as a mirror. So therefore, it highlights for me when something is out of alignment. So, the readings I do can I feel quite quickly show when I'm overextending myself. Similarly, when I'm perhaps holding back on something or ignoring something important, and it will give me the prompt I need to help me to realize that I need to recalibrate or realign. And I think that's why I love tarot so much. The wind blew your spread away. It sounds like you're in a lighthouse out on the rock in the ocean someplace. I love wind like that. I just hope I can sleep through it tonight, Raven. Caroline says, Simon, so what I want to do for reconnecting with my older decks and newer ones too, I brought kind of the markers that Sandra showed you. I want to sit and edge my decks to reconnect again. I find it so relaxing. So I've already showed you that I did, I think it was on Sunday, I edged this deck. And these are really, you know, £8 for 80 pens was brilliant for this deck, the Oscuro. So I edged that. And then yesterday, and I just really took my time with it. I didn't rush. I did a few and I showed a few on video. And then after I did the video, I did a few more. Then in the evening, I did a few more. Normally I just sit and plow through it. But I've also done my Radiant Sun. I just love this little deck. One of my favourite oracles. But you can get, when you've got 80 colours to choose from, you can align them really well. Whereas in the past, when I was buying the Winsor & Newton Pro markers, I was having to try and guess. I was thinking, that looks like it would edge with this. But then you can get some really good colours that strongly align with the borders. Pop that back. Oh, nearly knocked my Venus of Willendorf over. Same for me. Tarot helps, and when out of alignment, I tend to do larger spreads and layouts, and the absence of certain suits, and at times having all odd number cards. That's a good way of using them that way. Does the marker do the whole deck? Yes. I mean, Sandra, I think you said you got 2 decks out of yours. I've never tried 2 decks because I'd be worried that I'd get halfway through. So I just use one. And then if it's a darker colour, I'll keep it in the drawer to use for writing notes and things like that with the pointy end. But yeah, I just tend to use one. But yes, one does it perfectly. Simon, deck came out so beautiful, plus it makes it your very own and you look at every detail of the card while doing it too. It's true. But that's I think when you really start to trust the tarot, because I get it. Sometimes I think, oh, I don't want to do a reading on it because I'm worried about what it's going to say. But because I see tarot less as prediction and more as revealing a blueprint, a possible outcome, it then gives me the impetus to kind of shape that process to get the outcome that I want. You know, and if it's something that I'm concerned about, then I will ask questions like, what can I focus on? What can I do to prevent this from happening? Or how can I prepare myself for this eventuality? Or just go to Home Bargains again, Simon, and get another set if they've still got some in. Yeah, but then buying another 80 pens just for one. But you know, I doubt I'll edge 80 decks, so I'm fine with just using them once. But okay, so what question was that? Was that 1-6, wasn't it? So now thinking about the time of the year and planting seeds. So our intentions for the lighter half of the year, that new cycle, because obviously the spring is a time for new beginnings. So the next question is, why does it keep doing that? You can't see it, luckily, but it keeps trying to say, do you want to leave? No. Question 7 is, what intentions or dreams are you planting right now? What are you planting right now? Let's put the comments back on. I think the answers to our questions are within us. The cards help me find these truths. That's a good point. I think what I'm planting right now is to be more consistent with things, because during the darker half of the year, I am quite inconsistent. And so, you know, try and be structured in all aspects of my life. Try to make sure that I don't let my routines slip, my rituals slip, that I stick to schedules the best that I can. And again, you know, professionally and personally, I miss most of this. That's all right. My brother phoned and has talked for an hour about different plumbing systems. Yeah, and, you know, trying to put into my channel, which I talked about earlier, but always to be as authentic and not just consistent, but authentic and aligned with my spiritual practice, so that I can connect with you as a community on that sort of soul level. Because whilst we might all have tarot in common, that's what kind of brings us all together. Oh my gosh, it's really hard to concentrate. Yeah, it's really hard to concentrate, but anyway. Adam says to go out more, socialise more, make efforts, not stay in my comfort zone. A reset is what's needed. Emporium Empress is in the house. How's that, Cheryl? The Emporium Empress. To go back to festivals and outdoor theatres. He's a bathroom fitter. Dreams of getting to Glastonbury more than once this year. Yeah, I'm happy with once a year. It gives me something to really focus on and look forward to and save for. I don't want the magic ever to fade, or it just becomes normal. So for me, I think it's because, like, when I was a kid growing up, we went on holiday once a year and I looked forward to it and savoured it when I was there, because I knew it was only happening once a year. And I'm kind of the same way with Glastonbury. But I'm really looking forward to going in a warmer time of the year this year, although I've really enjoyed the Samhains that we've done. I think we've done 4 Samhains in 2 summers. And then the first time I went was Frostfest, so that was, you know, end of November. So I'm looking forward to going in a warmer time this year. Simon, I think you're the most consistent person I know. In some things, but like I said about the guilt with not being consistent enough, and I can let things slide quite easily. But again, it goes back to that balance, doesn't it, of having enough downtime, which is always rare, more rare these days, to be able to be your best. Cheryl says, my intention is to have the first sub box out by summer and take some more time for myself this spring. That would be lovely. having time for yourself during the spring. I mean, and it'd be great, you know, if you get your boxes up and running. I don't dream. I find at my age, dreams are not a good idea. I plant goodness and happiness as much as I can, but I do not dream anymore. Oh, that's sad. I would say never give up on dreams. Heavens. That wind sounds terrifying. Here in the south, it's all peace and quiet. I hope you sleep. Yeah. It's gone quiet the minute. Have you noticed? Hi, Twigger. Nice to see you. I've still never been to Glastonbury. I really need to get to see. Yes, Chris, you do. Make it happen. What's your rising sign? Do you know? If I had my Midori with me, I could tell you. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. All right, next one. Question 8. Question 8 is, what seeds did you nurture quietly during the winter reflection period? What was it that you was nurturing during that quiet time? If you tell us your time of birth, I can check it, Simon. 15th of October, 1973 a.m. Well, between 10 to 3 and 3 a.m., I think. There's no one around alive now to ask. But I think it was 3 a.m. Pretty certain. I think for me, what I've been focusing on and nurturing, because I'm in a new role at work, is just trying to learn a lot of stuff and have some sort of clarity about direction. It was a big step to take on the role, and I felt very daunted at first and you know, a little bit kind of, ooh, what have I done? Because I was so secure in my old role with my old team, and I'd done that role for 7 years and I knew it inside and out. And then suddenly I'm with a new team and more responsibility, and yeah, but I've spent the winter months kind of, you know, just focusing and taking it a step at a time, having that sort of inner clarity. Simon is a Libra sun and rising in Virgo. Wow. Wow. I'm doing an RWS deck study, says Gail. That's cool. Simon, your rising sun is Virgo. I did your chart a long time ago. Wow. Now you've said it, I think I can remember that. And I remember writing it down somewhere. And Lou Valcourt did me a full chart and sent it to me. I've got that in my Midori as well. Play with my decks. Let's see. Just seen. Adam said, what seeds did I nurture? I've been focusing on not thinking too far into the future, being present, not worrying about things that haven't or may not happened. That's my biggest thing. Worrying about things that could happen. I am better at it. Depends on the situation, but yeah, I think when you're, you know, people use the phrase a born worrier, and I think there's a lot of truth in that. If you are a worrier by nature, it's really hard to break that. Yeah, Libra, Sun, Aries, Moon, Virgo, Rising. I don't know what any of that means, but sounds good. Rising, Moon. Study the RWS course. They've always been a mystery to me. There was a mystery to me until it's a mystery to me. I've got Tori Wilcox playing now. Until I read WTF is Tarot by Bakra Whitner. Is that a name? I could try and find it, but it's dark down here. Let me use my torch. It could even be in the hallway. Yeah, it probably isn't. Oh no, it's here. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I shone it on you. Yeah, this book, WTF is Tarot and How Do I Do It? It's by Bakra Wintner. She did a deck because everybody loved these illustrations in the book. I said, will you turn it into a deck? So she did. And it's full of anecdotes about her life as well. But when she talks about the courts, she talks about the families. So this is the Wands family. This is the type of house that the Wands family live in. And she does the kings and queens, like the father, the mother. And it was brilliant. And it made sense. Here's the Cups family and their house. And just putting it into that context of a family unit really helped me to look at the courts differently. The book is brilliant. I don't buy many tarot books, but I have that one. Yeah, love that book title. It's really, really good. Don't know if it's still in print. I'd imagine it is. But I read this on a train. I went on a course and I took it with me and I read it on the train going down. I read it whilst I got some downtime on the course. It was like a 2-day sleepover and I read it on the train coming back. Loved it. Okay, we're all on about star signs now. I'm going to get put up the next question. We're near the end. Question 9, because the wind's getting up again. What small practical step could help those seeds begin to grow? So what could you do? And I'd put showing up consistently in small sustainable ways, whether that's more regular live streams, structured content planning, or simply making space each week to create without pressure. Keeping it simple and steady rather than overwhelming the process. Because when it comes to Cuppa Catch-Up and Cards, I always think, oh, what can we talk about? And when you've been doing this live stream now for nearly 9 years, I think 9 years in August, Cuppa Catch-Up and Cards was born. You can't always keep coming up with content. And then when you think of when we was in lockdown, I did quarantine streams every day for 92 days. Again, trying to come up with a theme. I thought, well, you know what? Why don't I just show up and see who shows up and we can just talk about whatever we want to talk about rather than feeling like I have to spend the best part of Saturday planning. Because this that I've done today for this, this took me a couple of hours of thinking of the questions, writing my responses that I wanted to mention. And, it's not next week that's Spotlight, is it, Cheryl? I think that's in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks' time. I hope so anyway, so I can get through some of the decks. Next week I'll be sat here again thinking, what can I talk about this week? And maybe I just provide the space, the space for us to just meet and talk, and you can ask questions and I can ask questions, and just a way to connect without putting a lot of pressure on myself, particularly when, I've got some time off at the minute, so I can spend more time planning and doing things. But usually when, I'm working all week and then I go for the walk in the morning on Saturday, I'm coming back and I'm thinking, right, now I've got to prepare for the Cuppa catch-up and cards. So I don't know. That's kind of what I was thinking about, still showing up consistently in sustainable ways. It's got to be sustainable, and having structured content planning. So things like having the weekly Hermit's Shelf series, the spotlight each month, throwback each month, but just create without pressure, I think. Let's see what you guys are saying. Seeds of patience, perseverance, acceptance, strength. That's where we're talking about rising stars and things like that. Bye, Will. Here we are, we're back up to the question now. Trying to focus on one thing at a time rather than rushing to the end result or reading the last page of a book before the actual story. No, I could never do that. I could never do that. That's like getting into a series, watching something on Netflix, then watching the last episode first. No. We're a chatty group. We could fill the void, just like the wind in the sail. Yeah, I think we could. I think the fear in me is, what if suddenly I'm sat here and I've got nothing to say and you guys are not saying anything either? Then there's that sort of, so, and I speak to a lot of people who are content creators who don't do lives. And when I say to them, oh, you ought to go live, they'll say to me, I just don't know what I'd say. And what if the conversation dries up? I think that's everybody's biggest fear, is what if the conversation dries up? But what is there to fear of that, There's always something to talk about. So, yes, why not? Sounds good to me. Maybe we'll try it next week. Maybe next Saturday I won't plan anything. I'll just show up. And if you guys show up as well, just think of some things that you might want to discuss. That alone is special, to have a place to chat like this. For me, there is no one to talk about it. Yeah. And I get that, because I'm fortunate now that I've got a good circle of friends and tarot people that, I've met in real life and could call my friends. So I have that. But I can remember when I first found this community, I felt like I'd really discovered something, and I was consuming so much content. I can remember I used to, because I lived in the city and I didn't have to drive out of the city when I discovered YouTube. And I used to sit on the bus watching content, going to work, and then on the bus watching content, coming back with my earphones in and loving it. And then going into lives and feeling like I'd found a group of like-minded people. It was wonderful. So I've always wanted to have that for this as well. Simon, a neurodivergent person, how has tarot improved your life to make sense of things and feel better? That's a good question. It helps me to focus more. As somebody who's neurodiverse, my biggest struggle is the absent-mindedness, the what I used to call my fading out, where I'm aware of people talking, but the words aren't going in. And then most people who know me well enough now will say to me, you haven't heard a word I've just said, have you? And I go, yeah, I have. And they say, what have I just said then? And then I can remember odd words. And I try and make it up. And they're like, no, it's not what I said. And I've had to change locations where I'm at work. So I was in an office with the 6 of us and I was getting nothing done because I can't zone out to focus on something when my attention is being pulled in every direction. So I've now moved to a quieter location, and that's proven so beneficial. But in terms of your question, the tarot helps me to focus, to be able, and that's why I call my morning readings my intentions. And I need something, because I'm just waking up and my brain is still quite foggy, I need some clarity. And then when I get home, looking at the images of a scenic deck really helps me to process and reflect. And the tarot, you know, is something visual in front of me with information on it in a way that my brain can compute, if that makes sense. So it's a great tool, I think, for people with neurodiversity, because it's a visual thing and it's not overloading you. I think that's why I struggled with like the tarot deck Hexen 2.0. That was, woo, and I was like, no, I can't. It's too noisy. But having clear pips, great. Having Pixies scenic images, great, but for different things. So it gives me the information and the insights in an accessible way without overwhelming me, because it's visual. I think that's the best way to describe it. We can ask you about the videos you've made during the week. There is always something to talk about. Lovely. I will do that then. Simon, Virgo in the tarot deck is the Hermit card. Introspection, going in. They love to serve others too. Wow, that is that's cool. I didn't know that. I also read the last page of a book before the story. Why? Why? Hello, the quiet altar. Hey, hey, hey. Then just have a few backup bullet points that you can fall back on. Yeah, that's a good approach. Simon, when you come to Barcelona, I can read your astrological birth chart if you like. I'll sometimes also get past lives from the Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, definitely. And are you actually in the city of Barcelona? Or is Barcelona, would you have to travel to get there? Don't worry, we'll never not say anything. Okay, so if I go, help guys, I've run out of stuff. Don't sit there quiet. You'll come to my rescue. How about the prompt? Tell us something about tarot, your practice, that you'd like us to know. So have that as something to fall back on. Yeah. Let's see. I can tell now when that happens to you. Can you? Yeah. My sister is really good at it. She'll go, oi, Agzo. I don't know why I just said that out loud. That's a nickname from childhood. And it snaps me out instantly. She'll say, you're not listening to me. I'll say, sorry, I can't help it. I saw Hexen Fort. I know, I've seen that. Oh, it's already out, is it? I thought it was later this year. Oh, Waterstones has got it in. Yeah. See, when Sandra and I went to the tarot music exhibition last March, I think it was about a week ago, wasn't it? I sent Sandra a message saying, guess what happened a year ago today? It's flown. I almost bought it there because they were showing it as a very up-to-date tarot deck in comparison with, you know, there was a Pan B, wasn't there? And there was Lady Frida Harris's original artwork and stuff like that, and then they had Hexen, and I was intrigued by it. And then when I got it, I was like, oh, I can't. I got a week in. I said, this is going to be my deck of the month, and I got a week in. I was like, sorry, I can't do it. Simon, tarot is so rich and profound. We would have so much to talk about. Tarot's a neurodivergent person, grounds me and give me form to get my thoughts clear. Absolutely. No, I'm the same. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'd be like, well, no, it's going to end. Yes, I'm in the city. I live in Barcelona, the beach area. Oh, cool. Well, my friend's Airbnb is on the beach as well. She can see the beach from where she's going to be staying. Just think you could walk past her and, yeah. Axo with a Z. We just found your new nickname. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Axo's Cave. It was my dad's nickname when he was a kid. Don't know why. Apparently it's like Harrison, Axo. It's not. But his name was, and then it kind of passed to me when I was a kid. So, yeah. I remember when you said that about the Hexen. Yeah. All right. So the last set of questions, because what time are we on? Oh my gosh. We're going to have to go through these ones really quickly. What tarot card feels like spring to you right now? And this is when I realised I didn't have my deck, because I'd got about 4 cards I was going to show and talk about, but let's see if I can find them quickly. So obviously the Fall, because, you know, new beginnings. Is that clear? New beginnings, stepping into the unknown. The Page of Cups, be honest, be open to receive. The kind of emotional and intuitive renewal of spring. Come on, where are you? This is typical. I bet I've already gone past it. Ah, here we are. The beautiful Empress, growth, creativity, abundance. I'm trying to get it without the light. That card really reminds me of spring. And then, where are you? The final one. If I've not already, I must have already gone through it. I'll just mention it anyway. The Ace of Pentacles, you know, because it's planting tangible seeds, isn't it? It's the start. Is this deck missing an Ace of Pentacles? So there we go. Planting those tangible seeds. See what you guys are coming up with. Quick fire round. 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 4 of Cups, the Sun, Ace of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, King of Wands in the Light Seers Tarot keep coming out in my readings I did today. Fresh vibrancy, center stage energy, Empress, Fool in the Star, also Fool, 6 of Cups, 6 of Cups, Chariot, Fool, Empress and Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, the Empress, 4 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Death card, a closing chapter and a renewal. Good one, and yeah, certainly at that point of coming out of, like the point of the equinox where we then start to shift, clocks go forward, it's a complete change, isn't it, and renewal. I'm just going to finish with one final question. Closing question. If spring had a message for you right now, what do you feel it would be? So in your practice now, as tarot readers, or if you honor the Wheel of the Year and you recognize that in your meditations or your altar work, what are you starting to feel is the message from the lighter half of the year? So this is what I've written down and what I've put into my journal. It would be a reminder to trust the growth that's already taken place. And I think this is summarizing what I've said already tonight, but to step forward gently and to allow what is nurtured in the stillness of the dark half of the year to now be expressed with confidence in the lighter half of the year. Spring is telling me to lighten up, get outside and greet the world, new beginning. Spring cleaning your life, not just your house. Who you were is not who you are yet to be. I like that, Laurie. Never too old to take a new challenge. Take on new challenges and try new things. To be stronger. Adam says that everything we face in life, we are meant to face. We are never given anything we can't cope with in the long run. Letting go and moving on to grow. Wonderful. Get your butt out there and enjoy the natural abs. You going out checking out abs, Sandra? The light always comes after the dark. Yes, 10 of Swords. Only worry about things you can do something about, says Anne. I agree. And then I would say, don't worry about it. Do something about it. Wake up, buddy. It's time to bloom. Spring tells me to get the sun cream out. It's already too hot for me here. Trust my self-worth, support my family, keep blooming. Typical Sandra, always checking out abs. Right, okay, let's pull a card a tile to finish up with. I'll take that off, or Sandra will never forgive me. Okay, I'm not going to think about abs. What do we need to focus on for this week? Oh, no, keep that out. We have the Six of Swords, people. This is our card of the week. I'll put a version of this up in the Hermit's Cave. So our message for this week then is the Six of Swords reminds us that we're heading in the right direction. So we could look at this actually from coming from a darker place, going to a lighter place. But ultimately, when I think about the Six of Swords, look how they're, the direction they're facing in. They're not looking back. And it's important, particularly if this week we feel that we've been planning for, or we might have even started a transitional journey. And, you know, as you can see here, the waters are troubled. They're still going forward. So don't look back. Keep moving forward. Remember, everything is cyclical in life. So let's plow on. Let's realize that whatever crap has happened, it's behind us. We're focusing on the future. Even if it feels, particularly as the world feels at the moment, that the crap is all around us, it's still important to think of a time where the waters will be still, because then we're putting our energy there and we're focusing on that and we're going in that direction. So the important message this week is, if you started to, or you might just be planning on or thinking about moving in that direction, then do it. Start the journey and don't look back. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a blast as always. Enjoy the lighter mornings and the beginning of spring, he says, with a gale force wind outside. But yeah, have a lovely weekend, everyone. Hopefully, if you're around tomorrow at 3 p.m. UK time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern time, I'll be there in the premiere for this week's Hermit Shelf. It is a beauty. I've already recorded it and set it as a premiere. But hopefully see you there tomorrow. But have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.